Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. My name is Rafaela and today's journal entry is The Art of Contradiction. Now this piece of writing is nothing new, I've previously read it before. However, it is one that I find myself 100% in, and it's also one of my favorite topics. So I thought that it would be a good idea to put it up on this platform along with all my other journal entries. But I guess that also this acts out as a foundation for all my journal entries, a foundation that explains a little bit about myself. I find myself that I go through life meeting so many different people. I present myself to different people, and how do you present your wholeness to someone in a fragment of time? I find that for some things in my life, people just needed to be there personally to experience those things with me so that they understand the sort of person that I am. So when I find myself in contradiction, which is something that I've been very transparent about, I've never felt shame to say that I contradict myself a lot, is actually a way of me presenting my wholeness to you. So today's journal entry begins with a quote that reads, "I am both the sacrificial lamb and the executioner, the scapegoat and the sword slayer, the one screaming and the angel of death." This haunting confession captures the essence of what it means to live within contradiction. In a world that craves clarity and categorization, being more than one thing, sometimes opposing things, can feel both liberating and arming. Yet contradiction is not a weakness, it's rather an art form. It's the recognition that human identity, emotion, and experiences are not linear but layered, messy, and often paradoxical. In exploring the art of contradiction, we begin to understand how holding opposing truths can deepen self-awareness, fuel creativity, and reflect the intricate dualities at the heart of being human. To be human is to be a paradox emotion. We carry within us thousand opposing truths: loyalty and betrayal, hope and despair, love and indifference, often all at once. We laugh while grieving, long for the things that we've tried to leave behind, and hurt the very people we swear to protect. These contradictions now are not failures of our character, but they are a reflection of the depth of being alive. Society teaches us to pick a side, to define ourselves in simple terms, good or bad, strong or weak, right or wrong, but real life refuses such clarity. We are the ones who run and the ones who stay, the lamb and the executioner. And perhaps the most honest thing we can do is stop trying to reconcile these pieces and instead recognize them all, for they all belong to us. To embody contradiction is both a gift and a wound. It grants us the ability to see life from both sides of the blade, to emphasize with those who harm and those who have been harmed. Yet the same duality can leave us stranded between worlds, never fully belonging to either. People who live in contradiction often carry silence like armor, afraid that if they reveal their depth, they will be called inconsistent or unstable or untrustworthy. And yet, this depth is what makes them deeply human. There is power in being able to hold joy and sorrow in the same breath, to rage against the world while still believing that there's beauty in it. The figure in the quote, "We both scream and that we are the angel of death," reminds us that we can be both the chaos and the calm, the healer and the destroyer. And this is wholeness, but it's a wholeness that can feel unbearably heavy at times. Contradiction is not something to resolve, it's something to live in. In a world that rewards certainty and simplicity, choosing to embrace your contradiction is a quiet form of defiance. It's saying, "I'm not one thing, nor do I need to be." The quote that opened this reflection does more than describe a fractured self, but actually it paints a portrait of someone who's fully alive, someone who has stood in every corner of the human experience and claim it all as theirs. The art of contradiction, then, is the art of being honest. Honest enough to admit when we are torn, brave enough to live in the tearing, and wise enough to find beauty in the pieces. We are not meant to be explained, but we are meant to be felt. I hope that you enjoyed today's reading, that if you relate to it in any way, do let me know. I would love to know your experience with contradiction. Like I said, for me, it's a very dear topic, I guess. But for you, it may not be, and it may be a frustrating one. It can blur self-trust or identity. So let me know what you think about that. As always, I hope that you guys have an amazing day, that you take care of yourself, and I shall see you next time. Bye-bye.